Barco Accord, a podcast network.
Checked out the Let's Start a Fucking Band podcast that I did with Brian Powell. I did put a clip on the socials, that a little clip from that episode about the band Powerman 5000. And here's the thing. These are comedy podcasts. Yeah, I have opinions. Everything's a joke, though. I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings. But I posted that Powerman 5000 clip. And if you didn't hear it or see it, how it starts, the clip starts with me being very complimentary about how I discovered that band. I discovered them 97 Ozfest. And the band blew my mind. They were a great band. Never heard of this band before. Powerman 5000. What is that? All that good stuff. Picked up their first record, their first record, Mega Kung Fu Radio, which was awesome, right? That's how I started that clip. First album, Mega Kung Fu Radio, amazing. And then they switched it up. Now, I know they blew up after that. I was just stating my preference. I prefer the other one. I prefer the band that I first saw in 97. What they became, not a fan of. Not a big deal. It worked out for them. But hashtag Powerman 5000 on that clip that I posted. And I got a notification says the official on IG, the official Powerman 5000 liked the clip, and so I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. Like when you hashtag something or somebody, you don't really think that they're gonna get it. I don't think I at their page. I just hashtag it, and I guess they follow how they trend on the socials or whatnot. So they liked it, and I guess they finished watching the rest of the clip, which I started dogging what happened, what they became, what they turned into, which again worked out well for them. I just wasn't a fan of it, and I stated that in the clip. So they liked it at first, and then they went back and they took the like back away from me from the post, which I thought was funny. Which I thought was fucking hilarious. I wish I would have screenshot that because I was really stoked. I was like, wow, they saw it. And I know it's not the band themselves. It's probably whoever is working their social media. So I don't know exactly who liked it, if anybody from the band saw it. But I know that whoever runs their IG account liked it. And I guess they liked it at first. And then they decided to take that like away. So I'll go ahead and I'll apologize to the band. It would have been cool if you just left that like up there. Maybe more people would have seen it, found out about my podcast, find out about my podcast network, the Barco Accord Podcast Network, whatever. But they liked it, and then they didn't like it. And I really didn't think that they would even see it. Anybody in their camp would see it. But they did. And they decided to unlike it, which bummed me out. It bummed me out. And I get it. I didn't know why they didn't like it eventually. Why they decided to take that like away. Take their love away from me. Which is fine. But I'll apologize if I offended anybody in the Powerman 5000 camp. Whoever runs their IG. But that was pretty funny. I thought that was really funny that they liked it, and then they saw the rest of the clip and they decided to unlike it. Not cool of you, but I get it. If somebody were to talk shit about me on the Instagram, no, I would like it. I would like it. If anybody's still talking about me, because I don't know who's talking about them now. Nobody's talking about Powerman 5000 on a podcast, but this guy right here. And I don't know if that's true. I didn't look into that. I feel like it's true. So I'll do this. I will recommend, check out Powerman 5000's 97 record, Mega Kung Fu Radio. It's a good one. Especially if you haven't heard anything of Powerman 5000 before. If you're going in like blind, don't know anything about Powerman 5000, that would be the first album that I would suggest that you check out. Everything else is dog shit. I mean, it got them big. Maybe they didn't like how I made fun of the brothers and their music, their taste in music, or what they chose to do with their musical endeavors, what have you, all that good stuff. But I did want to put this out because I will be at Jokesters 22 this Friday. I'm going to look because I don't know the dates. But yeah, I got hit up to be a feature on for this weekend for Tammy Bernal's show. She's having a birthday show at Jokesters 22. That's going to be January 14th and 15th at 9 o'clock p.m. I will be featuring for Jay LaFar. Jay LaFar is fucking hilarious. So I'm very stoked about that show. Tammy Bernal, she's a sweet comic. She's funny. She's also a photographer, and I know she's been doing headshots for a couple of local comics as well. She does other photography things as well. And she keeps like, oh, I do headshots. I'm here if you want to take pictures. I do want to get pictures done, professional pictures done. I'm just trying to lose like another 20 pounds because, the camera adds a lot. And as you can see, I am not photo ready right now for any type of professional type of pictures, I guess. But definitely hit up Tammy Bernal if you're looking for a photographer, if you're looking for headshots, and come out to the show. I think it's going to be a good show. This is going to be our first show for 2022 at Jokesters 22. This Friday, January 14th, or this weekend, January 14th and January 15th at 9 p.m. at Jokesters 22. Come out to the show, man. I'm going to start inviting people to come to these shows. I want to let promoters and the club owners and bookers and all that stuff, I want them to know that I put asses in the seats. Because as of right now, I don't know if I do. I've never really said, come out to see me. I'll post it on social media. I was like, oh, here's a show, recommendation. I'll be there, blah, 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 blah. But I'm going to start doing that. I gotta bring people out. I got to grow. I hate to say fan base. It's not a fan base. It's a friend based. If you're interested in seeing some comedy, seeing what I've been up to, this will be a good show to come check out. Jokesters 22, January 14th, 15th. And if you're a late night person, if you're going to be out late, Blind Tiger, midnight show. I'll be there as well. Most Fridays I'm there. So yeah, got to start promoting stuff. I got to get better at promoting. Yeah, dude. So I don't know when I'm going to put this out, but news came out yesterday, Sunday night. Today's Monday. I think news came out Sunday night that Bob Saget died at 65 years old, I think. Still active in comedy. He was on the road. Passed away. Very sad. Like I just recently, the last 15 years or so, realized that he was a comedian. You think of Bob Saget, you think Full House, you think America's Funniest Videos. That's how I learned about him. In the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. He was that goofy dad on Full House. And then he was the host of the the funny show, the clip show, which has now just become YouTube. You can find funny clips on YouTube or TikTok or whatever else, Reels. There was a show, I think that was one of the first shows, like the video clip shows that he would host, and he would do the funny voice of the little chickmunk or something like that. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen America's Funniest Videos. But yeah, man. And then I found out that he was a comic. And the thing is, he was a dirty, filthy comic, man. And funny guy. Funny guy. But complete opposite of what you saw on TV. You saw the goofy guy, the goofy character, the wholesome guy. Um, and then you see his comedy is completely different than the character that he plays on TV. Obviously, he's acting, and he's people know him of a certain thing, the Family Guy, the funny goofy uh, dad jokes and all that stuff. But his comedy was so funny, dude. And he also directed Dirty Work. Dirty Work's a great I was gonna say album. Dirty Work's a great album. Make sure you listen to Dirty Work on Spotify. But no, the Norm Macdonald, Artie Lang movie, the Dirty Work. He directed that. Didn't know that uh, till later on. You know. But what's funny, how my mind works is that I'm just like Bob Saget, and then everybody's talking about the Full House. Did I say Family Matters earlier? Full House. Full House is the show. Full House show, and it said how his co-stars, Dave Coulier, which is also a comic, also played a comic on Full House, was shocked and sending his condolences online. And then my mind just goes to like Bob Saget, Danny Tanner, Full House, Uncle Joey, Dave Coulier. Oh, didn't Alanis Morissette write a song about breaking up with Dave Coulier? What's up with Alanis Morissette? Oh, there's a documentary on Alanis Morissette on HBO called Jagged. Jagged. Alanis Morissette's first album, Jagged Little Pill, was a banger, dude. It was great. She's a great singer. She also came out in Dogma. And so just in the rabbit hole that I went from Bob Saget, Full House, Uncle Joey, Dave Coulier, Alanis Morissette documentary, and I started watching the Alanis Morissette documentary. And I haven't finished it yet, but it is looking pretty good. The fact that I haven't finished it is not a good doesn't really bode well for like how good the documentary is, I guess. But it's just because I found out about it late and tried watching it, put it on late, and I've been microdosing ZQuil, and that knocked me on my ass really fast. It like immediately, and it's a ZQuil Ultra. I should have started. I should have started slow. I should have started with the original, but I was like, Ultra. Let's just take it up. Let's just go full force with it. Let's go Ultra with it. And it's a little baby pill. And took it, and within 30 minutes, if not less, ooh, I was ready. I was ready to fucking go night night. And what's funny is my wife had taken it first, and it knocked her out. So I was like, cool. She has a hard time. We both do. We both have a hard time winding down, going to sleep, getting tired, going to bed at a reasonable hour. We both have a hard time doing that. But what was funny was my wife took it, and then she went to bed about an hour before I did. I decided to go to bed. I'm laying down. I'm just about to fall asleep. And I hear her say, "You're fucking disgusting." And I was like, "What? What? Me? What?" But she was talking in her sleep. She was, I guess, having a deep dream, talking in her sleep, yelling actually in her sleep, "You're fucking disgusting." And I thought I said something. I thought I did something. I was like, what, what? And she ignored me. I thought she was still asleep, but she heard me. I found out later on that she heard me. She just didn't want to wake herself up, so she didn't want to say anything to further wake herself up. But I was like, what the hell, dude? What, were you dreaming about me? Were you talking about me? What did I do? What's so disgusting about me? I mean, there's things, I guess, but she usually keeps that to herself, you know? But it was so funny. You're disgusting. So I was like, you know what? If you're going to take ZzzQuil and talk in your sleep, yell at me in your sleep, say things about me in your sleep, let me take a ZzzQuil and see what happens. I don't know what happens. I fell asleep. I don't know if I talked in my sleep or if I did anything of that sorts. But yeah. It's nice to know what the truth comes out. They say the truth comes out when you're drinking, but I think the truth comes out when you're sleeping, because you have, you don't know, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're putting out there. So yeah, so just to be on the same fair playing field, I'm starting to take ZzzQuil too. We're pretty heavy into it. We're pretty deep into it. The good selling point for ZzzQuil is like it's non-habit forming. It's not dangerous. And what we were taking melatonin before that, but man, melatonin will bring me down, and then I'll probably sleep hard for 30 minutes, and then I'm back up, can't fall asleep, tossing and turning. Not a good sleep system that I have. And then I'll be dragging ass the next day, just fucking dying, so tired, because I didn't get a restful night's sleep. It'll bring me down fast, and it'll put me to sleep, but only for like a short period of time. Not enough. It's supposed to like knock me out for the whole night, and it doesn't do that for me. And also, I heard that it's bad to take melatonin uh, on a regular basis. You know, you like it's a once in a while thing. You don't want your brain or your body to stop producing melatonin. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. If somebody says that's bad for you, I'm like, oh, that's bad. Uh, so we wanted to switch it up. I didn't want her to be addicted, or not addicted, but just strung out on the melatonin and whatnot. So I was like, let's try this ZzzQuil. And again, I just heard a commercial that was pro ZzzQuil. It was from ZzzQuil, by the way. So of course they're gonna like dog melatonin, like melatonin's bad for you. You want to take this thing that comes from, it's more natural. It comes from plants and whatever. So that got in my ear about ZzzQuil is better than melatonin. Stop taking melatonin. Let's start doing these ZzzQuils, and then let's go with the ultra. I don't think we ever done. I've done like the liquid form of the ZzzQuil, but she doesn't like doing the liquid, so we got the pills. Even though pills scare me, I'm like, whatever, dude. If you're gonna party, we're all gonna party. So we got the ultra ZzzQuil pills, and yeah, dude. Apparently, like I still don't sleep that well. Apparently, I'm pretty restless. I'm still pretty restless. I only got because my watch tells me what I'm sleeping. I don't know how it knows when I'm asleep, how it knows when I'm in REM, how it knows when I'm in light sleep, how it knows. I mean, I know how it can tell when I'm active because I'm moving around or whatever. But even with ZzzQuil, and even though it got me really tired, I only got like 4% deep sleep and 16% uh, tossing and turning. So it makes sense that I wake up like sweaty. You know, I'm doing a lot of movement. The only time I exercise is in my sleep, pretty much. So probably that's what she meant, is that I'm a sweaty sleeper, and that's pretty disgusting. I don't know, but yeah, been doing the ZzzQuil, and it's pretty good, pretty good. I'm also on this thing too, where like I get hardcore sold on like the placebo effect. if you tell me something's gonna do something, I'm like, whoa, it's doing it. You know, like there was a minute where I was drinking non-alcoholic beers, and I would convince myself that I was getting buzzed. I was like, I don't know, this says non-alcoholic, but I'm feeling pretty buzzed. Uh, it's just my mind playing tricks on me, or me being just a really big fat faker. Uh, but yeah, that's where I'm at uh, with my drug intake right now. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, dude, I really didn't prepare anything. Here's the deal. I'll be honest with everybody. I'm set up in my living room right now, and it's like the most embarrassing thing to happen would be if I set up all this podcast material, podcast equipment, the mics, the cameras, the lights, and all that stuff, and then my wife walks in from work. Like, she obviously knows I'm podcasting, but it would just be so embarrassing to be caught podcasting. That's weird. I don't know. We'll see. But the wife and I, we just celebrated our 9-year anniversary. We've been married for 9 years. That's insane. That's insane to me. You know, pretty impressive of her to keep putting up with my bullshit for 9 years of marriage. Uh, it's pretty cool though. I think it's really cool. But I still don't know. Like, and she's great, man. She supports me in everything that I do. You know, but our wedding, our anniversary was on Friday, this past Friday, and so I was like, "Am I gonna go do the midnight show on Friday?" And I already told myself, like, no, I'm not gonna do it. You know, it's my anniversary. Gotta stay home. But she was like, "No, if you want to go, go." You know, I gotta work early on Saturday anyway, so it's not like we're gonna be up late doing anything late. So go if you want to go. And I was like, dude, you are you are the best. you know, we kind of celebrated a little bit on Thursday. We made a home cooked meal together, which is a fun activity, man. Like, if you're just looking for like stay in date night activities, I guess, or things to do as a couple, cook a meal together. I mean, we had fun. We had fun doing it. I was like, from scratch. We're doing everything from scratch, And it was a lot of fun. She was teaching me how to do this, that. And usually, I don't cook that much at all. I don't cook that much at all. And when I do, she always winds up taking over because she don't like how I do things. I do things just like I'm a bachelor. I just throw everything in a pot and say, let's see what this makes. It's a stew, a chili of some sort. Just put it all together, put it all in one pot, and let's see what happens. It'll make a turd, right? That's what food is, just something that'll make a turd. So she's like, "Oh, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that." Usually, when I on the rare occasions that I cook something, uh, she'll always wind up taking over. So I was like, "Well, then you do it. I didn't want to cook anyway. You do it." But this time I was like, you know what? Let's have some fun. You're off on Thursday. Uh, let's just stay in and let's make a meal together. And it was kind of fun. We made a green chili enchilada pie, um, which is like enchiladas, but instead of like rolling them up like with the chicken or the cheese, instead of rolling them up, you just like layer them like a lasagna. You know, and my mom used to do that. She would make enchilada pie, and she would just like layer the tortillas, the shredded chicken, the cheese, layer, and so I was like, let's do that. Make some homemade rice, some Mexican rice, or for us, just rice, and she wanted to make the green chili enchiladas. I was like, well, let's do the enchilada pie. It'll be easier, no rolling, layers. We'll do layers. And it came out really fucking good. We were both very proud of ourselves. And what it turned out to be, like, she was just training me how to, like, I was making all the, I was like the sous chef, I guess, if that's the right term. Like, I made all the ingredients, put all the ingredients together, and then she layered everything out. So that was pretty fun. And then on Friday, our actual anniversary, we wound up going to right after work. Since I was going to go to the midnight show, I was like, well, let's go get buzzed. Let's go have some drinks. So we went down to the fruteria and had these pepino margaritas, cucumber margarita stuff, which are good, very tasty. If you ever go to fruteria, get the pepino margaritas. Pretty good, pretty strong. We had 3 apiece. We had some appetizers or whatever they have there. But we were feeling pretty good, to the point where I was like, man, I don't know if I'm going to go to the midnight show. And if I do go, I don't think I'm going to drive. Because I don't like drinking and driving. Not that I ever get out of control when I drink and drive. I don't want to get pulled over for some bullshit and just be like just a little over the limit, whatever the limit is, 0.8, 0.08. I don't know what it is. But it was still early enough, and by the time we had our drinks, and by the time we got home, we were just chilling for a little bit, and then I was going back and forth like, oh, well, my buzz is kind of going away. Maybe I can drive. She was still feeling it. She's a lightweight. Well, not a lightweight. I mean, they're strong drinks, So she's like, well, why don't you just stay at home? It's too cold to go out. And I was like, but you already said I could go. And but she was doing this thing like where she's like, you could maybe just stay. And I was like, oh, but you're gonna go to sleep anyway. You gotta wake up early, and I'm gonna go and do the midnight show because I want to. And she was cool about it. She said, yeah, go have fun, go do your thing. But of course, me felt guilty the whole time. As soon as I left, as soon as I started driving to Blind Tiger, I was like, oh, I'm a fucking asshole, dude. Who fucking goes out on their fucking anniversary? Who leaves their wife at home by herself on their anniversary? This guy does it. So I was like, the whole time I was like, oh man. When I got there, I was like, oh, I shouldn't be here. I should be home with my wife of 9 years. I shouldn't be here right now. But thankfully enough, the midnight show, they put me up early, so I was able to go up early, do my thing, had fun with the small crowd that was there, had fun because it's been a while since I've been on stage, so I'm trying to get back into it. And I love the Blind Tiger. I love doing the midnight show because it's just quick 4-minute sets. It's a showcase of the local comics. We have some comics from out of town, from Austin. Jeff Dye, who was doing the LOL, he popped in. He did a set. So it's fun. I love doing the Blind Tiger. I love being part of the secret midnight show. So I was like, I gotta kind of do both. So I get there and I'm feeling bad. I'm kind of in a funk already. One, because I'm like coming down from a margarita buzz, a 3 margarita buzz, feeling guilty for being out on my anniversary night. So I go up early. I go up first. After the host, I go up, do my set. Started a little bit rough. I was like, I even told everybody, like, dude, I'm celebrating my 9-year anniversary today. And everybody starts clapping, and I was like, and I'm here while my wife's at home. And everybody's like, but had a good set. It did fun. Ended strong, I guess. Oh, I want to say strong. Ended good enough. And then got off stage, said my goodbyes, and I came home. I came home because I was like, okay, I did my set. I'm not gonna hang out. Usually I stick around and hang out, and but I was like, did my thing. There's no reason for me to be here really. Let me go home and end the night with the wife, and came home. So it was like a win-win type of thing. I was able to. We celebrated on Thursday. We had drinks on Friday, our actual wedding anniversary night. Um, Went to the Tiger to do a little a spot, a 4 minute set. Uh, had a good time. Felt good about my set, and then came home immediately. Immediately after, came home. And then shortly after I got home, she goes to sleep, and then I stay up because once it's hard for me to come down after the midnight show, because even though it's just 4 minutes on stage, my adrenaline is still like wow, you know. Uh, so we come home. She goes to bed, and then I get up and I crack a couple beers open and watch The Sopranos. Man, I've been getting back into The Sopranos. I was listening to the Talking Sopranos podcast with Steve Sharippa and Michael Imperioli, Christopher, and so they stopped that. They did the whole series, and as soon as they finished that, let me start Sopranos again. I've seen Sopranos back to front, front to back, whatever, possibly 10 times already in my lifetime. Like the whole thing, the whole series, over 10 times. I've seen. There'll be times where I pick out individual seasons and individual episodes, and I watch those over and over and over again. But to start from episode 1, season 1, to the finale, all the way through, probably about 10 times, I think. So that's cool. Been doing that. But when I'm not doing that, I'm finishing watching the new Alanis Morissette. Not new. It's new to me. The Alanis Morissette documentary, Jagged. Actually, I got to finish that tonight. Maybe I'll talk about that later. But that's all I wanted to do for tonight, this week, I guess, the Pat Out of Hell podcast. Again, thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Spotify has this new thing where you could put, if you listen to this on Spotify, you could go to the Bible Code Core Podcast Network page, the Spotify page, and you could rate podcast 5 stars, I think, 1 to 5 stars. So it'd be cool if people started rating the podcast. I don't know what that does. I don't know if that helps other people see the podcast or whatever. iTunes has a review. I'm not an iPhone user. I don't have Apple, so I don't know. I don't see those reviews. I think you have to be in the iVerse, the iUniverse, whatever, to see those. But I wonder if I could see. I don't know what it looks like when I get 5-star reviews on Spotify, but I would like to find out, and you could help me find out. If you listen to this on Spotify, leave a 5-star review, iTunes 5-star review, whatever you want. It'll be nice. I'm going to start asking people to do things, please. Like, subscribe, share, enjoy, all the good stuff. BibleCodeCore.com for all the links to the YouTube page and iTunes, Spotify, all the good stuff. Twitter, Instagram at your homie Pat. That's still the same thing. And also, again, let me say this Friday, January 14th and 15th at 9 p.m. At Jokesters 22, we'll be doing a special birthday show for the very special Tammy Bernal. I will be doing a feature set, and Jay LaFar will be headlining that. That's going to be this Friday and Saturday. I'm super stoked about that. Super stoked to be getting back into it. I want to stay busy for 2022. I want to make things happen. And that's a lot of that's on me. I need to stay motivated. I need to get out there. I have yet to start asking people to put me on their shows, but yeah, I want to make that happen. Also, be on the lookout for a show that we're doing at Upstage Comedy Lounge, February 17th. February 17th, we'll be doing a benefit show for Big Clay's wife. Big Clay was a big supporter of the local scene. He has a lot of friends that loved him and miss him very much. I read his text message whenever I'm feeling down. I'll read his old text messages that we had, and he was a good guy, man. He was a good guy. It was very sad that we lost him last year. But a group of us are doing a fundraiser because his wife's about to have their baby very soon. And so we just want to raise money just in Big Clay's name. So a bunch of our friends are getting together to do that. That has to be a big thing too. It's going to be $10 for a stacked lineup. And all proceeds go directly to Big Clay's family and his newborn daughter. I don't know if they're doing a GoFundMe for this, but the show itself is going to be fun, and I'm honored to be a part of that show, to honor Big Clay and to help support his newborn daughter, and his wife and his family and all that good stuff. But cool, man. Again, thank you very much for listening. Like, share, subscribe. 5-star on Spotify. 5-star on iTunes. Subscribe to the YouTube page. All the good stuff. BabaCodeCore.com. Twitter and Instagram at your homie Pat. And book me for your shows. Come to a comedy show, or book me for a comedy show, and I'll bring it. Super stoked about it. All right. Thank you very much for listening. I'll check you next week. Later.
But he rumbled and stumbled.